Hi everyone, welcome to this week's Principal Update for the newsletter, acting on some of the feedback I've already received, people wanting to put a face to the name, so I thought this might be a good opportunity for you. First up this week, we have our parent-teacher interviews happening, so if you haven't had a chance to book one of those and you would like to, please contact the office and we can put you in touch with your classroom teacher to arrange that. It's a great opportunity for you to touch base with your classroom teacher about your child because you know them best, and it sets up a really nice partnership for the year between you and the classroom teacher. So if you haven't done it yet, please do, and those that have, thank you, and I know it's going to be a great experience for both you and your teacher. Community feedback, as I mentioned before, I am already acting on some of it. A huge thank you to those families who have already filled in that survey. There's some really amazing acknowledgements of what the school is doing well and some really practical ways that we can be even better. So again, if you haven't had a chance to do that yet, the link is in the newsletter this week. I would really appreciate you taking the time to do that. It's really valuable feedback for us that we will be acting on. Coffee with the principal. We'll be starting next week. This is a great thing that Davida Thomas had started doing, and already I've had feedback saying it needs to keep happening. So next week, Tuesday morning, again, the details for that will be in the newsletter. Look forward to seeing any of you there. And if you're not able to make it live, we will be recording the session so that you can review it later and you won't miss out on anything. This week has been another great week already of the children really settling into their routines and getting used to being back at school and getting into all of their great learning that they've been doing. The teachers have been explicitly teaching the positive behaviour for learning expectations, so the children really understand what's expected of them in the classroom and in the playground, and that really prepares them for learning and for being happy and engaged in the classroom. Our programs are commencing as well. Our K-2 and our 3 to 6 literacy and numeracy support has started. Our sports in schools, the CESA sessions have started with the highly qualified and expertised PE teachers with specialist equipment, this term focusing on gymnastics. So your child will be involved in that once every 3 weeks on a rotational basis on a Tuesday. Our APCI, Assistant Principal, Curriculum and Instruction, is Imogene Bond, who many of you would be very familiar with, having been at the school for a while. She is starting her new role, which is really focused on, as the title said, curriculum and instruction. So coaching our teachers in small groups while their class is having that specialist PE lesson with the CESA teachers, to really dig into the learning behaviours that are required of the new syllabus that's coming out in English and mathematics, started in K-2 and will be starting next year in years 3 to 6, and really focusing on how we as teachers are preparing our students to be able to access that curriculum the best way that they can. So very exciting work happening there, and Imogene will be sharing some more information about that as well. A reminder about the P&C meeting next week, next Tuesday evening. Make sure you keep an eye out for that link as well. It'd be great to see as many of you there as can make it. So for those of you who missed out on the meet and greet the other week, maybe you're working or you just couldn't make it, I got the feedback that, you know, it's really sad for those parents that can't make it during the working day. They don't want to miss out. They don't want to, you know, feel like they're not doing the best that they can because they're working. So I thought I'd share a little bit about myself as an educator and as a person that I had shared with that group on that Friday. So I have been teaching for 22 years. The last 16 years I have been at Campsie Public School, just up the road, as an assistant principal, a deputy principal and a relieving principal. And the last couple of years I have shared that principal role with the substantive principal up there. I've also relieved as principal at both Summerhill Public School and Dulwich Hill Public School. I have 3 children of my own, although I'm not sure I can call them all children anymore. The eldest is now 21 and he's just finished a university degree. And my second child, he's 17 and just finished HSC last year at Homebush Boys High School. And my daughter is in year 8 at Strathfield Girls High School. And all 3 of them attended Campsie Public School with me. So I really do understand that community feel, that real sense of partnership and that shared role in raising our children. That's something I really value. I felt so welcomed into the school so far by the students, by the staff and by the families. And, you know, I can really feel that strong community atmosphere here. And that's something that's come through very clearly in the feedback I've received so far, that that's something that's highly valued by the families here at Wilkins. The school has so many things that attract me here. So the physical environment, the Wilkins Green, that, you know, the extracurricular programs that I'm a real advocate for. And so I'm really excited to be able to add value to this really strong foundation that's already here in partnership with the staff and the community. This year, we're lucky enough to be involved in an external validation process, which means that the school staff will assess our practice against the School Excellence Framework, which the Department of Education provides as a continuum of best practice and excellence in education. Once we've evaluated where we sit, we have to provide evidence of that. You know, why did we make that judgment? And we submit a document to be reviewed. A panel of principals then look at that evidence and they meet with the committee that put it together and have an interview to ask some more follow-up questions to determine if our assessment is consistent with New South Wales Department of Education across the state, that we are sitting at those levels. And they may recommend that perhaps we should be rated higher or lower than what we've rated ourselves. That then triggers a whole new reporting cycle, which is the really exciting part, because that's where we get to work together as a whole school community to really analyse what's happening here at Wilkins. What are we doing really well? What are our strengths? What are the gaps and what are our areas for development? And what do we want to focus on as a school? So this year we'll see lots of community consultation. We'll have some workshops and, you know, forums and surveys to really understand what is happening here at Wilkins and then to set that new direction. And, you know, the parent and student involvement in that will be critical because we can't do it on our own. So look out for those opportunities later in the year. It'll be really great to look forward to the next 5 years of planning for Wilkins together. So enjoy the rest of the newsletter below. Hopefully I'll see you either at the Coffee with the Principal on Tuesday morning or the PNC in the evening, but don't forget, it's okay if you miss the Coffee with the Principal because it'll be recorded, you can catch up on it later. Let me know what you think about the video format for the Principal's message. Love to hear your feedback on it, if it's something we continue with or if you prefer the written version. And I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye.